All right, so get this. Today's deep dive, we're going to be talking about uh, clove water.
Clove water.
Yeah, I know, right? Sounds a little out there. But we're going off of this presentation by Dr. Barbara O'Neill.
Oh, our listeners got something to share. Let's hear it.
Hi, Dr. Owen and Dr. Linda Barbara O'Neill here.
Well, hi there, Dr. O'Neill. It's an honor to have you listening in.
We're actually going through your presentation right now.
Yeah, we're just diving into all the amazing benefits you described. So you've definitely got our attention. It's really cool to hear directly from you, the person behind the research. And I gotta admit, I'm kind of intrigued.
Oh, I can see why. There's always something fascinating about these ancient remedies and how they measure up to modern science.
Totally. And she really dives deep. We're talking centuries of clove use, like way back when.
Oh, yeah. Cloves have quite a history. I mean, they were once as valuable as gold. Literally.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Cloves as currency. That's wild.
It is. It really puts into perspective how valuable they were. And a lot of that comes down to this one potent compound they have, eugenol. It's like the star player when it comes to health benefits. Antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, all that good stuff.
Eugenol. Got it. So it sounds like this eugenol is what makes clove water so special.
It's a big part of it, yeah. Eugenol is like a secret weapon. Yeah. It helps fight those free radicals in our bodies.
Yeah.
And those are linked to all sorts of things, aging, chronic diseases.
So clove water is like my shield against all those villains.
Well, think of it more as a little boost towards better health.
Yeah.
What's really interesting is that clove water isn't just, some fringe idea. It's actually got roots in traditional medicine systems, like Ayurveda.
Yeah.
And traditional Chinese medicine.
Right. Dr. O'Neill mentioned that. So it's not just the science, there's a whole cultural context to it too, right?
Absolutely. Cloves have been woven into so many cultures for centuries. Everything from preserving food to healing wounds. It's amazing.
So they were like the ancient Swiss Army knife of remedies.
Pretty much. It shows you how people viewed health and wellness back then more holistically, like physical, mental, and even spiritual well-being.
Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Dr. O'Neill really emphasizes the gut health benefits. Says clove water can help with bloating, indigestion, even acid reflux. She seems pretty convinced about this one.
Yeah, and there's some solid reasoning behind it. Remember eugenol? Well, those anti-inflammatory properties could really help soothe the digestive system. And there's even a chance it could stimulate the production of digestive enzymes, which, as you know, are crucial for breaking down food.
Ah, so it's like giving my gut a little extra help.
Exactly. And Dr. O'Neill makes a really interesting point. She says that when your digestion is off, it can lead to a whole cascade of other problems. Fatigue, weakened immune system, you name it.
Hold on, you're telling me my gut health can affect my overall health? That's kind of a big deal.
It's a connection that's getting a lot more attention in the scientific community these days. There's this whole growing field of research on the gut microbiome, all those trillions of bacteria living in our gut. And it seems like they have a huge impact on, well, everything, from our immune system to our mental health.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. So clove water could actually be helping to shape that microbiome.
It's definitely a possibility. And it ties in with what Dr. O'Neill said about clove water's antimicrobial properties, too. Eugenol can target the harmful bacteria while actually promoting the growth of the beneficial ones. So you end up with a more balanced gut environment.
So it's like a microscopic battle for gut dominance going on in there, and clove water is like on the side of the good guys.
You could say that. And that balance is crucial for a healthy digestive system, which, as we've been saying, affects everything else.
Now, Dr. O'Neill suggests drinking clove water at night. Like, she's pretty adamant about this. Any idea why?
Well, she believes that allows your digestive system to work more efficiently while you sleep. Your body goes into repair and restoration mode at night, and by giving your gut a little boost during that time, it sets you up for a smoother morning.
Okay, so I'm picturing my gut doing like a happy dance while I sleep, all thanks to clove water, but does she have any evidence to support it?
Well, she mentioned some studies where people who incorporated clove water into their nightly routine reported waking up less bloated and having more regular bowel movements over time. She even mentioned it could help with nausea and motion sickness.
Interesting. So it's not just about, like, fixing existing discomfort. It's about promoting long-term digestive harmony.
Right. It's a holistic approach, addressing the root cause rather than just masking the symptoms. But here's the really exciting part. Clove water's potential benefits extend far beyond the digestive system.
Wait, there's more. I thought we were just talking about gut health.
Oh, we've only scratched the surface. Remember those amazing antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties we talked about? Well, those come into play in a big way when we look at clove water's potential impact on the immune system. So are you ready to dive back into the world of clove water?
I'm still processing that whole gut health thing, to be honest. It's wild how much our digestive system affects everything else, huh?
It really is. And speaking of impact, Dr. O'Neill seems particularly excited about clove water's potential for boosting immune function.
Okay, but how does a drink do that? Is it like, those vitamin C tablets everyone pops during flu season?
Not quite. Remember those antioxidants we talked about? Well, they're key players here. They help fight off those nasty free radicals that can weaken our immune system. And cloves also have natural antimicrobial properties, so they can actually combat bacteria and viruses directly.
So it's like a double whammy, building up our defenses and taking down the bad guys at the same time.
Exactly. Dr. O'Neill even cited a study where people who drank clove water regularly showed an increase in white blood cell production.
Wait, white blood cells? Those are like the warriors of the immune system, right?
That's right. They're our front line against infections, so clove water could be giving them a serious boost, potentially.
Wow, okay. I'm starting to see why she's so enthusiastic about this. But is it, like, too good to be true? Could there be any downsides to drinking clove water every day?
That's a great question. And it's important to remember that while clove water is generally safe, there are a few things to keep in mind.
Okay, like what?
Well, cloves have natural blood thinning properties. So if you're already on blood thinners or have a bleeding disorder, it's really important to talk to your doctor before adding clove water to your diet.
Makes sense. Mixing natural remedies with medication can be tricky.
Absolutely. And because cloves can also lower blood sugar levels, people with diabetes need to be careful and monitor their blood sugar closely if they're drinking clove water.
Got it. Any other red flags?
Well, clove allergies are rare, but it's always possible. So start with a small amount and pay attention to how your body reacts. Look out for skin rashes, itching, swelling, anything like that. And of course, if you have any trouble breathing, seek medical attention right away.
Solid advice. So a little common sense goes a long way. But overall, it sounds like the benefits outweigh the risks for most people, right?
It seems that way, especially if you drink it in moderation.
Yeah.
But everyone's different. What works wonders for one person might not have the same effect on another.
True, true. It's all about finding what works best for you. So beyond the immune system, what other areas did Dr. O'Neill explore?
She touched on some pretty fascinating possibilities. For instance, she suggested that clove water might be beneficial for blood sugar regulation.
Blood sugar regulation. That's obviously huge for people with diabetes or those at risk of developing it.
Right. And Dr. O'Neill highlighted studies that show eugenol can enhance insulin sensitivity. Insulin is what helps our cells absorb glucose from the blood for energy. And when our cells become resistant to insulin, well, that's when blood sugar levels start to rise.
So eugenol basically makes our cells more receptive to insulin so they can take up glucose more efficiently.
Exactly. And that could be a real game changer for people who are struggling to manage their blood sugar.
This is pretty amazing. We started with gut health, then immunity, and now we're talking about managing a serious condition like diabetes.
And there's more. Dr. O'Neill also talked about clove water's potential for weight management.
Wait, hold on. Weight management? How does that even fit in?
Well, she believes it could help boost metabolism.
Okay, that makes sense. Faster metabolism, burn more calories, could lead to weight loss. Is there any evidence to back that up, though?
There have been some animal studies showing that eugenol can increase metabolic rate and promote fat burning.
Yeah.
But of course, more research is needed to see if that holds true for humans.
Right, so it's not a magic bullet for weight loss, more like a potential tool to use alongside a healthy diet and exercise.
Exactly. And speaking of taking a holistic approach, Dr. O'Neill also discussed the potential of clove water for managing pain associated with arthritis.
Arthritis? Whoa, we're jumping all over the place now.
It might seem like a leap, but remember those powerful anti-inflammatory properties of eugenol? Well, they could potentially reduce inflammation in the joints, which is a major source of pain and stiffness for people with arthritis.
So instead of popping pills, could people find relief with a simple cup of clove water?
Dr. O'Neill mentioned a study that actually compared clove oil, which is basically concentrated eugenol, to over-the-counter pain relievers for arthritis. And the results were pretty surprising.
Okay, tell me more. What did they find?
Get this. Clove oil was just as effective as some common over-the-counter pain meds in reducing pain and inflammation. And there were even hints that it might have fewer side effects.
Wow. It's like a natural alternative to all those harsh chemicals.
It's definitely worth exploring further, though more research is needed to fully understand the long-term effects and safety.
Right. It's not a replacement for medical advice or treatment. But it's exciting to think about the possibilities, especially for people who prefer natural remedies.
And it's not over yet. Dr. O'Neill also touched on clove water's potential benefits for respiratory health, particularly for people living in areas with poor air quality.
Air quality, huh? That's a big concern these days. How could clove water possibly help with that?
This is an area that needs more research, but there's some early evidence that it might protect the lungs from damage caused by air pollution.
So those antioxidants are back at it again, fighting off the harmful stuff.
You got it. Plus, those antibacterial and antiviral properties we talked about could also help prevent or manage respiratory infections, which can be made worse by air pollution.
It's like a triple threat for our lungs. I'm starting to think clove water should be bottled and sold as some kind of super tonic.
Maybe someday. But for now, it's important to remember that these are still potential benefits, not proven cures. We need more research to really understand how clove water can support our respiratory health.
Right, right. Informed exploration is key. Now, did Dr. O'Neill say anything about skin health?
Oh, absolutely. Cloves have a long history of use in skincare. People have used them to treat all sorts of skin conditions, from acne to eczema.
Interesting. So is it safe to, like, put clove water directly on your skin?
Well, it's important to make a distinction between clove water and clove oil. Clove oil is very concentrated and needs to be diluted before you put it on your skin. Clove water, though, is much milder. You can often use it directly.
Okay, got it. So what kind of skin benefits are we talking about?
Dr. O'Neill suggests those anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties can help reduce redness and inflammation, fight acne-causing bacteria, and even promote wound healing.
Wow, a natural all-in-one skincare solution.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Some people even use clove water as a facial toner or add a few drops of diluted clove oil to their skincare products.
I'm definitely adding that to my list of things to try. But you mentioned diluting clove oil. How much should you dilute it?
It really depends on the person and what they're using it for. But a good rule of thumb is to start with a very low concentration, like 1 or 2 drops of clove oil per ounce of carrier oil, something like coconut or jojoba oil.
Okay, start small and see how your skin reacts. Now, did Dr. O'Neill mention anything about hair health, too?
Yes, she did. Cloves have traditionally been used to promote hair growth, prevent hair loss, and add shine.
Could clove water be the secret to, like, amazing hair?
It's certainly possible. Cloves are packed with nutrients that nourish hair follicles, and those antibacterial properties that we keep talking about can help keep your scalp healthy.
Makes sense. So how do you use it for your hair?
Dr. O'Neill suggested adding it to your hair rinse, or even using it as a hair mask.
Sounds like a fun DIY project.
You can find tons of recipes online for clove hair treatments. But, as with any natural remedy, do your research and be cautious.
Right, listen to your body, don't be afraid to experiment. Now, before we get too carried away with all these potential benefits, it's important to acknowledge that we still need more research in many of these areas.
Absolutely. Cloves have a long history of use in traditional medicine, and there's a growing body of scientific evidence to support some of their benefits. But we need more rigorous studies to fully understand how effective and safe they are for all these different health conditions.
It's all about approaching these things with a healthy dose of skepticism, right? And talking to your doctor before making any big changes, especially if you have any underlying health issues or are taking medications.
Exactly. It's about blending ancient wisdom with modern science and respecting both.
Well said. So before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, what's been the most surprising or intriguing thing you've learned so far?
I think what struck me most is just how versatile clove water is and how many different health concerns it could potentially address. It really highlights how interconnected our bodies are and how simple natural remedies can play a role in supporting our overall well-being.
I'm with you on that. It's been an eye-opening journey so far. So in the final part of our deep dive, we'll be revisiting Dr. O'Neill's key takeaways and exploring what it means to use these ancient remedies like clove water in our modern world.
And we'll leave you with some thought-provoking questions to ponder as you continue your own exploration of this fascinating subject.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So we've gone through a lot with clove water, huh? The history, the science, even touched on some potential risks.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey. Dr. O'Neill's presentation really opened my eyes to just how versatile clove water can be.
I'm with you on that. I mean, we talked about everything from gut health and immunity to blood sugar and arthritis, even skin and hair. Who knew?
Right. And it's all from something so simple. I mean, her recipe is just a handful of cloves, some boiling water, simmer for a bit, and that's it.
I know. It almost feels too easy for something that could potentially do so much.
I think that's part of what makes it so intriguing. It's accessible to everyone, affordable. You don't need any special equipment or anything, just brew and sip.
It's like going back to basics, connecting with how people used to rely on nature for their well-being. But do you think that simplicity makes clove water more appealing in today's world, or does it make people skeptical?
That's a good question. We live in a world of, high-tech solutions and quick fixes, so something as simple as clove water might seem, I don't know, almost too good to be true. But maybe that's why some people are drawn to it.
Yeah, maybe it's like a subconscious desire to return to a simpler time, remedies that are more in tune with nature.
It could be. I think clove water represents a sort of bridge between ancient wisdom and modern science. It's a reminder that nature has powerful solutions that have worked for centuries.
And it also brings up the issue of accessibility. Healthcare can be so expensive these days, so having a natural alternative like clove water, something that's affordable for pretty much anyone, that's huge.
Absolutely. Wellness shouldn't be a luxury. Sometimes the best solutions are the ones that are available to everyone. So this is something that we found in a recipe from Dr. Barbara O'Neill.
Oh, okay.
And we thought it'd be interesting to kind of take
Yeah.
a deep dive into this.
Yeah, what's going on here?
And figure out what is it about clove water
Yeah.
that people are interested in,
Right.
and see what we can learn.
Okay.
So the recipe is actually very simple.
Okay.
It's 5 to 10 whole cloves,
Okay.
and 1 to 2 cups of water.
Okay.
You bring it to a boil, and then you simmer it for like 10 to 15 minutes,
Got it.
and that's it.
So it's like a tea.
It is like a tea.
Okay.
You strain it, and then you can drink it.
Okay.
You can add honey. You can add lemon.
Okay.
But the core of it is just cloves and water.
And water.
Yeah.
Okay, so that seems relatively straightforward.
Clove water can provide significant relief. Furthermore, clove water can support the regeneration of nerve cells and the repair of damaged neural pathways. This is particularly beneficial for individuals recovering from nerve injuries or conditions that affect nerve function. By promoting cellular repair and reducing inflammation, clove water helps restore normal nerve function and improves overall neurological health. Another fascinating benefit of clove water is its potential to enhance mood and emotional well-being. The calming properties of eugenol, combined with its ability to reduce oxidative stress, create a sense of balance and relaxation. Regular consumption of clove water can help alleviate symptoms of depression and anxiety, promoting a more positive outlook on life. For individuals with neurodegenerative conditions, clove water can serve as a complementary therapy. While it cannot cure these conditions, its neuroprotective and anti-inflammatory properties can slow their progression and improve quality of life. By supporting overall nervous system health, clove water provides a natural way to enhance cognitive and emotional well-being. As we come to the end of our discussion about the amazing benefits of drinking clove water at night, I want to remind you just how simple yet powerful this habit can be. By incorporating this natural remedy into your routine, you're giving your body a chance to reset, restore, and rejuvenate while you sleep. Whether it's supporting your digestion, boosting your immune system, or helping you wake up refreshed and ready to tackle the day. Clove water is a gift from nature that anyone can benefit from. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who could benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more natural health insights. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts or experiences with clove water. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care of your health because it's the greatest wealth you have.